That's what you do. You buy these players that cost money and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on, with a smile on his face.
You just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old, every single day, without the truth. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series.
We are on the site of the castle,
and it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
Good evening, everyone. I can't believe, but that's the way it is. That's the way it goes with me, unfortunately. But anyway, no, can't get myself on. It's mad. Let's see. Yes, there I am. So the way it doesn't come on right away, as it normally does. But anyway, good evening. It's that Francine was supposed to come down. She's on her way, she said. Well, whether she does or not, she just phoned me. She wants to pop in and give her a pen. But anyway, she will be down. But she's only staying an hour because she's got a gig or something, comedy gig. So anyway, what you think about the, as Edward says, good news on the contracts finally, the board are doing something. The Anfield, oh, good evening, my fellow Reds. Now, whet your appetite. And the Anfield, little Frank, small Frank, big Frank expanded onto my screen. Do you know what? It's just nuts, you know, the way things are going with Liverpool. There's all these rumours, you know, about what we're going to do. Remember when I said it'll be like new signings? That'll come out. That's bound to come out. Be like new signings. But the problem is, we're not stupid. We are stupid. And Trent, he's going. What I want to ask you is this. Trent is, you know, he's on his way. He's on his way. Unfortunately, I think Trent's a great player. One of the best passers of a ball in the Premiership. In Europe. One of the great passers of a ball. Him and Mo Salah were absolutely superb. You think about it. Look at the games. And him and Mo were absolutely brilliant. They played off each other. Trent knew when Mo was going to run all the time. And Mo knew when he was going to pass. Trent, that is going to pass. And that's what we'll miss. That's what we'll miss. Now, do you think that he should play a game for Liverpool? Another game? And there's Athens, you know, so. Francie, she's not coming. She said, I'll leave it, Dad, I've got too much on. And I told her, you know, when I tell people, no, don't bother, it's okay. And they do it. She phoned me before, she said, I'm on my way, Dad, I'm on my way. I said, you don't need to, leave it. If you go to only stay in an hour, or it'll be less than an hour by the time you come, he won't have it. He will not have it. And I get messed around, not by Francie, but, you know, other people, and that's it. I cut them off now, unfortunately. You know, that's me. You know, I hate being messed about. But she has got a gig anyway, so she said it's too much to do. Hey Frank, it's been a while. How are you? I'm okay. Bill Clopper statue. I'm okay. Seeing you here, I'm okay. Hope you've been okay. Yes, I'm okay, honestly. And the Anfield, I'm amazed up that the renewals have gone well. But all made up. But I think Liverpool, I don't blame, I'm telling you now, I'm not blaming the players. I blame the club. I blame the people who are running the club that's kept this. They've kept it right back. They've kept it right back. And then they've gone, we release it. We release it together at the end of the season. And it'll be like 2 new signings. So, well, do you really think that with new signings, that there's going to be hardly anyone coming in? There'll be more spin. You know this. Surely you'll know this. That's the way I think. As I said, I won't believe anybody. Not you, I'm not saying. But you know, all these rumours that go about, oh, look at it again, look who we're interested in, look at this and look at that. Because I don't believe anything anymore until I see them, I've said it before, at the AXA, sign them and holding up a shirt. You know, it's this Hussein who's supposedly after him, and you know, he's only this. He's only 50 million, or you know, this buyout clause, or whatever. But you've got Real Madrid wanting them, and what you've got also is Gravenberch's. Was reading this. Gravenberch's agent saying, we would like to go to Madrid. So you've got to ask, who's the we? Is it Gravenberch himself? And the agent? It's just nuts. It really is. They're playing games. I don't like games being played. How happy were you with the news that Salah and Van Dijk have agreed a 2-year contract? I'm made up, but the club's been playing with us. The club have never come out and said anything. They've never even said, oh, it's going great, don't be worrying. The lads will be signing. And we've been speculating all the time. And that's wrong, to treat the fans the way we're treated by the club. I'm saying the people who are in charge. I'm saying the likes of Edwards, Ward, and that Hughes fella. That's who I have a go at. Nobody else. And Bill says, Paddy the Baddy just came out and said this is about Trent. he's a lizard. He's forgotten where he comes from. I think we all. I'm disappointed at Trent, in all honesty. He's like at the beginning of the season, I said they'll all sign contracts. So if anyone does come in, it's going to cost them money. But of all the lads not to sign, saying this, is a Scouser. Not to sign a contract. To give back what Liverpool have given him. Do you understand? And don't forget who his agent is. It's his brother. So you've got to ask, well, why hasn't his brother said anything? I think his brother's been pushing it, actually. Don't sign. Because he has been offered money, as you know. He has been offered quite a huge sum. They're my thoughts anyway. What do you think of those thoughts? Says Bill. Yeah, he's going to be missed. And as a Scouser, he has forgotten. He's got a very short memory. It's not only that, but a moral. Look at that moral. Absolutely brilliant of him. And the quote, next to the moral, what he said. If anyone did a moral for me, if I was a Liverpool player and a Scouser. I mentioned Steven Gerrard, being loyal and whatever. But you get others going, no, we wanted to go to Chelsea and all this crap. Know what I mean? So really, you can't say anything. But with Trent, I think it's snidey. I really do. Very snidey. Barry. Even Mr. Carlyle says, stability at last. Now let's get the 2 or 3 that's needed. Kerkez, Guiza, or Incapi, and Etiki. I don't know, I think, again, about Incapi, I think Real's coming in for him. I'd love Incapi. But we haven't got the pulling power anymore because we don't offer what players are worth. That's my opinion. We just don't offer what players are worth. And that's a sad indictment on the owners. Even the director of football. If a player's worth 100 million and other teams are going to buy these players or going in for them, I think the director of football saying, we need this player. We do need players for next season. We do need players. It's no use relying. I don't like saying it, but it's no use relying on Robertson any longer. That's just me. I think we've got to get a right back as well for young Bradley. A quality one as well. And let them battle it out between them. I mean that. Because young Bradley, how many times has he been injured this season? Think about it. Think about it. Trent, my guy. Listen, Frank, I'm the biggest Trent fan, but I wouldn't play him again. Slots should only play players who actually have the desire to be here. That's a great comment. Totally agree with you, 100%. I really do. And the problem, if he does play, what kinds of reception would he get? Because if they're like me and they're saying what we have given him, what we've actually given Trent from a little 6-year-old, and made him into what he is today, without one thought of paying back by signing a contract, and let Real Madrid or anybody else come in, put a bid in for him. Do you understand? He could have even said in January, I want to go now, and let Real Madrid come in for him and pay something. And we would have got something for him. Even if it was like 25 million, it would have been something. It would have been a payback. But he's done it. So that's a very good comment there, Trent. My guy. Very good. And he carries on by saying, he decided to join us by our friends Hughes in Madrid, where he can get his Ballon d'Or and get the limelight and brand deals of Madrid. Thing is, Madrid are that type of, they've even got a fan base, you know, they will welcome him. Don't get me wrong, they will welcome Trent. And when he goes, he's got to be, not like playing for Liverpool. They'll want to tackle it. Mind you, they might throw him in midfield, you never know. And he could be absolutely brilliant. You just don't know. But if they're putting him at right back, he's not really a great defensive player, is he? And Madrid will be on his back. I'm talking about the fans. I'm talking about the fans. Liverpool video. Hey Frank, did you hear about what Ryan? Yeah, I've just been saying that. The Spanish news. Yeah, just been saying about it. He said it on WhatsApp, by the way. He said it on WhatsApp. Came out and said that. I think Trent may not play again for this season. He wasn't in training again, and he's going to disappear until a medal given. I just have this feeling. Yeah, he'll have his medal sent on soon, because he does deserve his medal. He does. And even his injuries, I really don't think he was that badly injured, you know. I think he just wanted to stay out of there, just in case he did get injured. I mean, a bad injury. You know, like an Achilles or anything like that. That will keep him out for months. See what I mean? Or cruciate ligaments as well. That needs operations. So I think he's been acting to go to. That was the Anfield Roll. I'm sorry, Anfield. Yeah, I do believe that myself. And the videos, his agent, Jose Fortes, said he's good enough for Real Madrid. We would love him to play for them, but would Liverpool ask for a lot of money? I know they've had their eye on him. Look, here's what I say. If Gravenberch doesn't want to play for Liverpool, go. Just and go. I don't know about you lads, whether you'd agree with what I've just said. We're Liverpool Football Club. No one's bigger than our club. Nobody. No player. You've only got to look at the loyalty shown by Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk. They've never wanted to leave. They've never wanted to leave. And I know Virgil was coming out and saying, well, it's going great, I don't know what's going on with the contracts. He's been told to say that. That's why I blame the club, the people behind them. I don't trust them. Not the players, not Virgil or Mo, but the officials. The videos. But now he's come back out and since LFC weren't happy saying, I'm Spanish, it's my dream club, not the dream club of Ryan. He is really very happy, and if you ask Ryan, he will agree with you. Well, he has to say that, doesn't he? Because he's not going to be sold to them. So yes, so Ryan will be, look, I'm telling you now, if Madrid, imagine Madrid coming in for Ryan Gravenberch, believe you me, would jump at the chance to join them. He said that at the beginning. I don't mean Gravenberch, I mean his agent. His agent's been saying. Darwin the goat. I'll see you for a while. I think we will spend. I think, get this, no disrespect, Darwin. It's just, I think we will spend big, not because FSG spend, but because we will sell a lot of players like Darwin, Jota, Kelleher, Robertson, Morton. You can sell them, but it doesn't mean to say that they will spend big. They'll have the nucleus of the team. They will have the nucleus. The people who will be playing week in, week out, with the exception of Trent. The likes of Darwin, Jota, Kelleher, Robertson. There's only Robertson, and Robertson hasn't been like playing at the full season, has he? He's been swapping and changing with Samikas. And Morton, he's like an outsider of a fringe player. So they've got the nucleus. And as Slot, as we all know, Slot likes small squads. So I think we need, this is just me, even right now, we need 5 players. And in my opinion, only 2 are coming. We definitely need a left back. And that's why I said Incapi all along. We definitely need a number 6. That's why I've always said that's Zubamendi. Seeing that lad play, brilliant. We definitely need, and we need a striker, an out striker. A fella like Harry Kane, for example. I'm not talking about Isaac, because he's going nowhere. But a typical striker like Harry Kane, we need. And so there's 3 must. And the other two, as I said, we need 5, is another midfielder, a creative midfielder. A creative midfielder. And if you don't get in Cappy, say we do get a great left back, because Cappy can play left-sided centre back as well. So we need another centre back as well. We're going to win the league, and we're saying all these things. And I think it's shocking. About to win the league, and we're talking like that. Did we do this under Jurgen, when we were winning the league? We said we needed players, but we never mentioned about players going. And Darwin says, that will bring in major funds for us to reinvest. We've got the funds, though, already, without them going. The old mates, haven't they? Yesterday, buddy. Good evening, good friend. And there's Scotches for me. Cheers from Lainey and me. Lainey's his wife, lovely wife. She brings us everywhere. And she keeps us up. She keeps us up. Anthony and I are, especially when I'm going to give talks, she keeps us up. Struggling. Cheers, Anthony. Cheers, mate. Give Lainey my love, as I always do, Add Luis Diaz onto that list of players to get sold, says Yusuf. I don't want Diaz to go. I think he's great, Diaz. I really do, Lucio. Elmo. Frank, you already said it. Don't believe some of these transfer rumours, ins or outs. Yes, Elmo. Like yourself, there is too many rumours. You know that. I know that. Too many. And how many do we get? You've got a list of players going back a few years. How many have been brought into the club? None of them. None. You go after bargain. This is why the likes of Hughes has been brought in. He looks for bargains, that fella. He's a Bournemouth fella. And what was so funny, pathetically funny, really, was when he came and people were moaning, like, oh, well, what's he doing? Oh, who is he? Where is he? He's on holiday and all this. And someone says, is he good enough to be our director of football, from Bournemouth? And someone said, he tried to sign Mbappe. And I thought, are these people for real? He tried to sign Mbappe. As if Mbappe go to Bournemouth. Oh, come on. Give us a fucking break. Yusuf, Trent will get ripped apart by the Madrid faithfuls every week. That's what I'm afraid of. If he is going to be bought as a right back. And the Anfield, my main anger at Trent is he's joining our enemy. Oh, I know. It's like Man United. I've always looked at Real Madrid like that. I've never liked Real Madrid. Never liked them, honestly. Never liked them. I just had a message there. And it's been told Roy Evans is very ill. That's all you need, isn't it? Anyway, got to get back to this. The outfield. My main anger at Trent says he is joining our enemy. Absolutely. An arrogant club that has constantly insulted our great club. Never want to wish bad luck. I never want to wish bad luck on a player, but I hope he finds it hard and flops badly. How many times has a player left Liverpool and we've applauded it when he's come back? How many times? Even when Keegan left, we applauded him. Remember when he came back with Hamburg? We applauded him because we knew that he was going. But he didn't run down a contract. Kevin the King. So yeah. Even in King, even in Capel, Darwin, and he agrees. Yusuf, I agree, but that could be funds upwards of 150 million, so we can spend that in the market. If you've got faith in these owners, or you're optimistic about them spending, that's fine. No one's saying anything. Listen, I keep saying this. Edwards is brought in to save money, as is Ward, as is Hughes. Don't be extravagant on players. The fees, players' fees, that is. So what they'll do is try and bring in potentially. They might bring one player in, but we do need to sustain what we've got because there are players who are now not up to standard. And the unfortunate thing is, I thought Jota was a great player. I knew that Jota was a great player, great for us, great finisher. He was a natural finisher. But, his time's up. Robertson, time up. And I know Darwin the GOAT here with us. And Darwin the GOAT, he loves him. We've given him all the backing, the champion's name, and he scored some great goals. But his time is up, I'm afraid. We need more consistency. And this is for next season. Honestly, I don't trust the owners to buy anybody. You've only got to look. There's a pattern with them. And that pattern's never changed. I mentioned this the other night. When we won the league, we bought no one. Under Jürgen. When we won the Champions League, we bought no one. And this is the pattern that they play. If they're good enough to win now, they'll be good enough for next season. Remember, we wanted someone in the summer. No disrespect to Federico Chiesa. Honestly, no disrespect to him. I think he's a smashing lad. He smiles, and he's just one of those lads who you take to. But he was bought as an appeasement for as little money as possible, while others were spending. Next season, Man City are going to spend big, and I'll tell you who else. Man United. You'll have Newcastle spending. You'll have Arsenal spending. You'll have all the big clubs spending a lot of money. Chelsea. And we've got to be up there with them by spending. But I don't give us much hope of getting in more than 3 players. I don't think we'll get 3, to be honest, being honest with you. Might get 1 and a couple of potential. You know, he'd be all right in the future. And the Red Rebellion. If you can't support us when we lose or draw, don't support us when we win. Bill Shankly. Why is this channel like a negative Nancy all the time? Oh, for fuck's sake. Can't we say anything? You know, we're not being negative. We're just disappointed in Trent going. He's a Scouser. He's one of us. He's one of me. I'm a Scouser. I am a Scouser. And it's disappointing to see him go. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about, if you know anything about the owners, see, look, as I say, you know, this channel's like a chess channel. He's gone. Look, the fucking Red Rebellion's gone. He's gone. Goodbye. Fuck off. I'm not fucking interested in you, fella. Fuck off. Fucking assholes. Who the fuck are these people? Red Rebellion. Fucking hell. Can't say nothing with these fucking tips. The tips. I'd love to know where he's fucking from. Fucking Nancy. Look at fucking Nancy, you prick. Darwin to the Anfield. I couldn't agree more. I see Real Madrid as a bigger rival than Arsenal because they actually win trophies against us, like those 2 finals. Yes. Grab's agent probably trying to get him a pay rise. Most probably. Most probably. Most probably. Darwin, the GOAT. Rebellion, do you mean the chat or Frank? I don't think he means me. I don't know what he fucking means. It might mean me. Might mean me. But he's just come on. He hasn't fucking listened to what we've been saying. And I don't know why he goes on to fucking channels. You know, he could be like that. I could easily come out and go, look at that one, look at that after, we're going to get him. I could easily say that. You could easily say that as well. We're going to get this. Oh, look who we're going to get. See what I mean? And it's great when he said it. And like some other fucking channels put up the team for next year. Have you seen it? Fucking fella, all these players, look at this team that's going to be playing for us. In other words, fucking arseholes. Clickbait. No clickbait on here. No fucking clickbait on here. The Anfield. It's having to go for me. Liverpool is the biggest club, and Madrid is just a nice city to visit. He is turning his back for no other reason than to play with Bellingham. He has always been an iffy lad. There you have it, in a nutshell. The king. 200 rebellion. 200 rebellion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion, says the king, the capo. The capo di tutti capi has spoken. And you don't mess with the capo. You don't mess. So fuck off. Paul Owie. Be nice to see Bradley play out the rest of the season, yes. And make that right back position, yes. Totally agree, Paul. I think he's a cracking player. But, like his latest injuries, through the season, that's a bit dodgy for me. Elmo. I think he'll just keep Gomez as backup for Bradley. Money needed elsewhere. That's a good shout, Elmo. Yeah. That's a good shout. That's a very good shout. Big up Frank and chat. Says lead the whiz kid. Hey, Lee. The Anfield. I counted up the other day. I think we need about 6 or 7 signings. That's before any outgoings, and I'm serious. Well, when I says about 5 players, I meant that as well. Without anyone going. See, there's the negative coming in, coming out. It's the negative. The fucking rebellion didn't realise why we fucking blew up. And have gone out the fucking FA Cup against okay now. Do these fucking people have a fucking who are they? Plymouth Argyle put us out. We go out to the Champions. I love the Champions League. Me. Love it. Goes out of that. Goes out of that. Lose the Carabao Cup final against fucking Newcastle, who were far better than Newcastle. So why did we go out? I've just got to lock my door. I'm sorry. I thought Francine was coming. I've got to put on my lights as well in the living room, because if I don't put my living room lights on, I'll be walking in the dark when I finish here. Shan't be a minute, honestly. Shan't be a moment. Just a bit. Man, I can't get up off this bloody chair. I've got that. See this chair for Francine. It's better. Safer now. So the likes of Red Rebellion can't come in and hit me over the head with a negative brush. So yeah, that's why I said 5 players. Anfield. Honestly, mate, that's why I said. And Paul says to the door, we'll need to get 12 or 13 out first to get those 6 or 7 in. Yeah. And lease the ground, Anfield, lease it. And Barry says, agree with you, Raw. We need a strong bench to complement a strong team, and I've got to believe that the club will spend for once. Is that wishful thinking though, Barry? You know, we all live in hope every season. How many times have we been promised a war chest? Nothing fucking happens. No. And the law replies to him, I have to believe that reconstructing like those numbers are needed. I don't think 3 signing is anywhere near enough. This is on that lot, and my low estimations would be 5 at least. That's why I said 5 myself. Right. We've got to compete in the market. I've said that every season. I've said it for years. We've got to compete in the market. I always remember, I've said this before, I always remember when David Moores owned us, and he was reconstructing the grounds, yet buying players. Like spending 900,000 on John Barnes. Remember? And Peter Bates, bringing the likes of them in. You know, so David Moores did great, but he ruined his legacy by selling to Hicks and Joe. You know, people do great, you know. Then all of a sudden, they ruin legacies by one fatal mistake. And if you're a politician, it's like Tony Blair over Iraq. He was a very good prime minister. And then Iraq came along, ruined his legacy. Ruined it. And that's what ruined David Moores. Unfortunately. And there are. Paul Owie, there is no reason the club can't buy without selling. It will only be reluctance on wanting to build a squad. This fan base deserves brilliant. There is a fan base, and we do deserve better than little tin squads on shoestring squads. That's all we've been doing for years. I think we can sell around 5 and be just fine. and Anfield. Paul Owie, it'll be nice if it's busy and there are more in than out. Yes. They've let it get like this. It's not just first 11 replacements. I feel the bench is not deep enough, like Elliott, Darwin, etc. Yep. And Paul says, the priorities for me, left back, defensive mid and a centre forward. And that's three. That's three. And we do need... Okay. Edward, I've seen a link on Sky Sports Paper Talk to Ali is going to Galatasaray. Don't say that, Edward. That's too negative for the Red Rebellion. I think if the rumours are true about Kirkes, I can't see them going for Incapi, unfortunately, says Elmo. Elmo, I know. And Incapi's a far better player. I'm telling you now. Darryl. Jota, Nunes, Tsimikas, Elliott, Morton, Gomez will be sold. Kirkes, TK, Hussein and Balaba in, I think. See how many's that coming in? 1, 2, 3, 4. See, look, you know, when I see who we're linked with, there's a few I like, and I go, I'd love to get in. Like Incapi, for example. I really thought Carabashela was coming in. I really did. What an acquisition. If he would have come here in the January, I'd have said, you know, it would have built my hopes up for the coming summer. If he got in, imagine getting Incapi as well. Do you see what I mean? Look at that Georgian goalkeeper. No, he's not coming, as you know. Mahmoud Billy, whatever his fucking name is. The vlogs. Hello, Frank. Who do you think should sign realistically up front? I'd love to see Isak, but we've got no chance. But we know how FSG work. Do you really think they will go into a bidding war over it? No. I see us going for Delap, to be honest. Let's see here we go. It's definitely not this guy. Paul Owen. Very nice Bournemouth. And I can just see Mbappe sitting in a deck chair having a night. That's what we'll become like. That's what we'll be like. You know what I mean? We'll be like Bournemouth, you know, going in for. But we're like that fucking now, aren't we? You know, with people saying, oh, look at that after. Look at that after. We're like Bournemouth. Got no chance of getting them. The Anfield. Ah, bless poor Roy. We all know, I know. We all know it isn't good. I know. And Veronica Martinez. What a lovely name. Veronica Martinez. Isn't that a beautiful name? Hello, Frank. Greetings from the USA. USA. I always say US of A. United States of America. I wonder where you're from. Veronica Martinez. Well, Hollywood. Veronica is from Hollywood. She's an actress. She's starring in the next film. I think it's Brad Pitt's new one. It's Veronica. Definitely. Definitely. I'll have to put this bloody right on, won't I? Where am I? No, that's wrong. That's wrong. There I am. I always forget about that. I always forget about it. So, hello, Veronica. Let us know where you actually are in the States, please. And the IVR says, I said over 12 months ago that Trent wanted out as his body language was of a player who looked uninterested. That's a good shout, actually. That's a very good shout. Yeah. You did say that a while back as well, funny enough, IBR. Can I just mention the sponsors, please? And Gap Painting Services, the sponsors of the Frank Carlyle shows. Please get them in if you don't struggle painting. The fully time served, the brilliant lads, the fully insured, just in case something goes wrong, it'll be replaced right away. So get them in. Don't struggle. Do not struggle. Please don't struggle. Get these people in. And they're all reasonable. If you're an NHS worker, you'll get a great discount. If you're one of our elderly citizens, please don't struggle. Get them in and you get a special discount. Even if you don't fit in one of those categories that I've mentioned, they're still very reasonable. Don't struggle. Please, just get them in. Let them do the job. They're in, they're out, and they're away. And you've got a lovely, bright home, whatever way you want it. And they're also commercial, not just domestic. These are lads, the company that sponsors the Frank Carlyle show. Thank you. Thank you. And Barry Aldred says, I don't know why Salah's situation has been going on. Where else is he likely to be successful? He knows he has everything, Oliver. That's a cracking. And I mentioned, Barry, about loyalty. You've only got to look at the way Mo was. Mo loves the city. He loves it. He loves the fans. He loves the club. He's very loyal. And that's why I said at the beginning that the likes of, how can I put this? It's the backroom staff, I'll say, who've kept us in the dark all the time. Let them wait. And I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong. They should have come out months ago and said, don't worry. And they've kept the lid on it. They've known since the beginning of the season. That's my take on it. And I don't like it. Edward It's the way Trent has gone about it. You should have done it respectfully and says he wants a new challenge. Yep. Yep. Agree with you. The Virgil loves the club and the city. And Paul always says when Keegan left, he got respect every time he came. Yeah, I mentioned it before there, Paul. Hamburg, Southampton, and Newcastle. Yes. I always remember me saying this. There are two clubs that you don't sign for. And someone said, is that Everton? You know, I said, no. Nope. Nope. I said, Man United and Real Madrid. I did say that. And I'm not just saying that because he's going. I said it when McManaman's going as well. I've never liked Real Madrid. Never liked them. But that's me. The Anfield. Trent leaving is more of a slap in the face. Yes. Than Rat Sterling. Absolutely. Yeah. But at least he got us a fee. He did get us a fee, young Raheem. Trent has done us dirty. This is no Owen or Macca situation. This is purely selfish. Trent, sod off, lad. I think that's a great shout. I really do. I think it's a smashing shout. See, this is why we're upset over him. We're upset over him, you know, leaving. But to leave the way he's leaving and not putting anything back, that's the way I look at it. Like, I believe it or not, I'm a very loyal person, mate. I'm a very loyal person. And once that loyalty is broken towards me, I always show respect to people. And if they show a little respect back to me, I'm happy with that. You don't have to overwhelm me with respect. But if they show nothing in return of my respect, that's it. That's it with me. And I think it's the same with you. He's showing no respect to any of it. To the club, to you, to me. He's showing no respect. He's more or less gone, oh, fuck off. Fuck it, it's this, and gone. Gone. He'd be in Spain. There's talks about Liverpool. He doesn't even live in Liverpool anymore. Do you know that? Do you know that? That says it all. The Anfields, with Trent joining them, he basically saying he thinks Real Madrid are bigger than Liverpool emphasised. That for me is a must. There's a must be remembered. I think there will be no applause from me or my family. The lad's bad. Get no applause from me neither. It's the way he's done it. He's offered nothing back. If he would have signed a contract and Real Madrid came in for him, And Liverpool, well, you know that the FSG would just show them to get money in, don't you? You know, for themselves, for the shareholders. We know what they're like. And we would have waved them, you know, good luck. We would have said it. Never done anything like that. Sorry about that. It's horrible, this. It's like a mixed fruit thing, it's horrible. But it wets the whistle, as they say. And the king, the owners have turned all our fan base into accountants. Oh, you can't buy him, he's too expensive. Fergie spent, Marino spent, Guardiola spent, and they dominated. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. How much would we have dominated under Jurgen Klopp if he was have had the proper funding, the proper investment on the pitch? What else would we have won with him? He won everything on a shoestring. I keep saying that. You know that anyway. I don't have to say it. On a shoestring. And Elmo says, this is the perfect opportunity this summer for transfers for us. One big window. That's all we ask for. Yeah. One big window. Really, have we ever had a big window? Let me know. Let me know on a postage stamp, please. If you get me meaning. The Anfield. Can we all hit the likes for Frankie, please? Also, subscribe if you haven't yet. And you don't want the best for this legend of our city. Some get them, so gets the thumbs up. Oh, Archie Davis. Oh, thank you, Anfield. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. You don't know how much I appreciate that. And Archie Davis. Archie's a great fella, you know, Archie. Great musician. When I had the studio, he was in with me. The studio. Great. Talking about all the, you know, the music scene and everything. Great musician, as I said. And a big red. I want to know what Slaughter has against Elliott. He is so much more progressive player. That's emphasised, progressive. And the Italian he bought him and not used him to his potential. I've always said, though, Artie, you know, that young Elliott, he's better coming off the bench. When he starts, I don't know what happens to him, but he's got loads of energy when he comes off the bench, he's very creative when he does come off the bench. It's like when he came off the bench against Fulham, and he had that terrific shot, which was so unlucky, which would have got us a draw. I think we would have gone on and won it, to be honest, if that would have gone in, and won comfortably. But it was just one of those days. Good to see you, though, Artie. Really is. Thanks for popping in and joining the chat. But we can't tell you why, you know, Elliot. Look, you've only got to look at Endo as well. They haven't been given a fair chance. Chiesa hasn't been given a fair chance. When, the other lads have been struggling. It's the way it is. That's their salute for you. The outfield. Frankie, you watch as I do the young lads, and I'm they are. Lutus and his generation of lads are under our first team. So bad. Body-wise, they do not look ready as other sides. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think they're awful. That's the way. It's strange how we've let some of our top lads go. Like that little Bobby Clark. He was good. But the likes of Dan's has come through the ranks, as you know. And he's out on loan at the moment. No, he's not out on loan. He's injured, isn't he? But he was putting him out on loan. He gets injured before he goes out on loan. So what's that telling you? I don't know. I just do not know. I'll tell you who I like. That little Rio lad. But he could overdo it at times. He was all right against Accrington, wasn't he? He's all right in the under-21. Edwards. Frank, rebellion was like this on 12 Man's channel, so that's not a personal thing. Thank you, Edward. Not interested. I hope Timothy Langman's not listening and say, that's why I said, go on, fuck off. I don't need these people. Elmo. Barnes, Beardsley, Houghton and Aldridge all signed that summer, Frank. Those were the... Who was the owner? Who was the owner? And it was none other than the fella who sold us. He sold us to Hicks and Gillette. Oh. Hicks and Gillette. And have you noticed we've always had Scousers in the team? And fucking translated. He could have become a legend. And I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about when he retires. Loyalty. He's here since he was 6 years of age. And he played until he was 34. That's all fucking gone. Yeah, Barnes, Beardsley, Houghton, Ray Houghton, and Aldridge, John Aldo. Yeah. And what a team they were. Hey, fucking girl. What players. Artie, want to know what Slot has against Elliott. He has so much. You've said that. Must have thought I was going to read it out. But we don't know where Artie, mate, honestly. Sleep doesn't trust players. And unfortunately, little Elliott's one of them. The king. Right back, centre back, left back, defensive mid. Yes. A left winger. I'm saying 8. Fucking says the king. I can see a lot leaving as well to pay for it. But will we get... See, look, right. we've got, let's just take two players for the time, right? Let's take two forwards. Let's take Jota and Darwin. Now, we know that Jota was brilliant for us. You know, there's no getting away from him. Diogo, great, scoring goals. Now, if they're going, we have to replace them with far better players. Or one better player than the two of them. Do you see what I mean? And this is what scares me. And the Anfield, the interesting proposition for me is the attitude of Ibu. He is after Virgil-type reward for a fraction of the ability. If it were for me, I'd ship him out this summer and buy a reliable, fitness-wise lad. The likes of Hussein, you're saying. Then we need a backup. But we've got Quansah there. He's still learning his trades. He's a big lad. He could be a beast. Young Quansah. But he's no right back. And Paul says to Elmo, all four of them slotted in nicely and played some great football for 3 or 4 years. Alzo was only with us for 2 years, wasn't he? Then Dalglish got shot. And the King. How good was last night as well? I don't know. I didn't watch it, but I seen his goal. Pierce said 58 million was a gamble. Fucking James Pierce. You're right there, Capo, lad. You're right. He did say, didn't he? A gamble. I could have fucking told him that he wouldn't have been. I've been following that lad because I watch Napoli. Fucking great player. Great player. I really thought we were going to get him, you know. I really did. Especially with the links here as well. Oh, damn it, think about it. He was superb against us. Twice. The Anfield. To the King. They've had a look this season and Slot and hopefully above would have looked and gone, these aren't good enough, and moved them on. I genuinely believe Quansah and Elliott are going to be used in the deal. Fucking hell. Edward. I like Roy Evans. I watched him growing up, seeing him once in Central State. I appeared on LFC TV with him. Very quiet, you know. Very quiet man. Roy Evans. Fucking sad, isn't it? And Daryl says, if FSG showed ambition, maybe we as fans would show a hand back. Yeah. They don't show ambition though, Daryl. They don't show it, mate. Frank, we're only after Bournemouth players because Hughes put release clauses in their contract, says Elmo. Like that Kirkes lad. And Hussein. We're going to become Bournemouth. We're going to become Bournemouth next season. As he's still there. Zell says, Elmo, absolutely spot on. Comment, lad. And Edward, Trent mustn't care about his legacy. No, fuck it. He don't. See, I've always said about players, I'm not saying all of them, I'm really not, but, some are mercenaries. And he's gone into that mercenary category, in my opinion, as Trent. Artie Davis. Frank, I am on. Good, honestly, I'm made up to see you there, Artie. Honestly, made up, mate. Dino, for any Red who grows up in this city, there is no club bigger than Liverpool Football Club. It's a sacrilege what Trent is doing. See, not me this, you swear. I don't swear, as you know. Fuck him. Trent too. And that's the way it'll be. That's just the way it'll be. The king. Kelleher, Semikas, Quansah, Gomez, Robbo, Elliott, Morton, Enzo, Jota, Nunes, Diaz, Chiesa should be sold, in my opinion. That must create well over 300 million. Yeah, well, if they sold, 300 million comes in, at least we'll get about 55 to spend. With all the potential. The king. Done with Trent. Yeah. He's a snake. Is that a snake? Or a frog? It's a snake. It's the fuzzy. This Trent thing represents the modern day people. No art to their own people. This is why I stop backing the individual players and I only want what's best for Liverpool Football Club. I think that's a great shout. Excuse me. No. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Edward says a few of the players live in Manchester, Frank, just up the East Links to the sea. to the accent. That's where Trent lives. Moved out of Liverpool. It's Callum. Yeah, we had a big window in 1901. The last big window I seen was when I was in the filming in the Anglican Cathedral. Fucking massive window in there. That's the last big window I seen. The biggest window was 2 years ago, I think, with 4 midfielders. Yeah, well, we had to because we had nobody. They were all sold and went on freeze, remember? So we had to bring in one at a time at bargain prices. Look at McAllister. Paid buttons for him. It was only Szoboszlai who cost money, but we already had the money for him. Fozy. Real have no respect for LFC. They always chase LFC transfers, and now they are illegally tapping our players to run their contract down. I've always said that, you know, the likes of Bellingham has been in the ear of, and that's illegal. They're not worried. They're not worried. To be honest, they're not interested in what we say. Real Madrid, that is. And Liverpool are not fucking interested in what we say when we need players. We only do transfers when we are out of the top 4. That's a good point, though. That's a very good point. Cracking point, actually. Fuzzy. FSG reckon we had a big window last summer signing Frank's Makiasa on the cheap. We follow. Thanks, mate. Christopher's joined us. Hi, Frank and everyone. The big window was in the main stand. Right. Main stand. The Anfield. Fosy's world travel, all right, lads. That's smashing that. Let alone soon. It's the boss, it's the capo. Greetings, FC and chat. Checked in to wish you all the best. Pleased with the Virgil and the Mo seem to be sorted. Still feel that Trent needed investors to show him. Investors. I think he's invested anyway. To show ambition, avoid speculation until all confirmed. That's I don't know, you know. I don't think it's. I don't think he's looked. The way I seen it, right at the beginning, Klopp's last game, and he was being presented with the fucking like little trophy things. And I always remember Jürgen's wife turned her back on them. Does anybody ever remember that? he ran down to bring her on the pitch, and she had her back to the likes of John Henry on that little fucking podium. And Jürgen just went, because she must have said, I'm not fucking going on there, when they were in the tunnel, if anyone remembers. And it was sad. And then the camera went on Trent, and he was bawling his eyes out. What did Ali say the other day, Mrs. Jürgen? He said he was a great manager. And we all know everybody knew what Jürgen was like to the club, to the fans especially, to me and you. And he was a mirror image of Bill Shankly. If you know your history about Liverpool and about Bill Shankly, he was a mirror image. Shanks. Good shout that though, Capo, boss. And the Fozzie to the Anfield, always good, my guy. I hope you are well, my friend. The Anfield's all right. He's angry though. He's got a little angry head on tonight. We don't have a lot of talent in the youth side. It's just a couple of wingers and Neone for me. Says the IBR. Yeah, Anfield always been, me and Anfield all been saying it, you know. I've been saying it for a long time. I've been watching them. They're fucking awful. Seen nothing there. Absolutely zilch. Artie. I think young Cisse could be the one for the future. Yes, that play for us, didn't he? I haven't seen much of him, I'm being honest, Artie. I haven't seen much of the lad. And the boss. It would be a mistake to let talent like Jarrell and Arv go. I don't feel there will be many changes in the squad, even though I would like 2 or 3 top players. We've been talking about that, to be honest. And even with the squad now, what we've got, you know, we need additions. And we know that, you know, with the squad now, we know that some are going. God knows how many. Could be like 5, 6. But without them going, we still need, as I've always said, you know, we need at least 5 players. It's not so much bringing their players in. We have to bring quality. You look at our bench. Fuck's sake, it's shocking. I remember under Rafa, and I forget who we were playing, and we won. Forget who it was. I don't know whether it was Stoke or someone like that. And the camera went on the bench. I got this fucking pain back. And it went on the bench. And who was on the bench? There was Torres, Gerrard, Xabi Alonso, and I think Hoopier was on the bench. That's the best bench I've seen in fucking years. I've never seen another bench like it since. They were on the bench. You know, they weren't injured. I think Torres was, he's just come back from injury. So they threw him on the bench. He just plays out the match and won. I'm sure it was Stoke or something like that. Can I get a better bench than that? Incredible. I think with little Mascherano as your number 6, beat anyone. He beat a team on his own. Robert Blundell. Hiya, Robert. Watch FSC make an excuse saying can't spend much in the summer because of the... Brilliant. Yeah, we'll all blame Trump or Putin. Putin gets the blame for everything. Be talking about them tomorrow night, actually, on the current affairs programme. That'll be going out, talking about everything. A fucking idiot, Trump, honest. Fucking hell. That's a cracker, Robert Blundell, cracker. One of the comments of the night. Not even the IBR season. I think you just nailed it. See, Robert Blundell. And the boss. Frank, have to go. Moving to... our supporters would like to invite you to a special end-of-season event as our guest cost covered. Your health allowance, if you have. Email me. Yeah. I will, boss. That's lovely, that. Can I bring the Red Rebellion? Throw me in the River Liffey. I will. Have you got my email? You can't have my email, can you, surely? Unless your email is the show thing. I will get hold of you, though. Okay. That's moving to Dublin. Our supporters would like to invite you to a special end of season event as our guest, cost covered. Your health allowance, if you have. Email me and let me know, please. Definitely email you. Definitely. I have to phone up. I've got to get this MRI. It was funny this morning. I was phoned up. I said, I'll have to phone up. This because I missed out on my MRI and I really needed it so that I could go to they're waiting, the physio from the MRI, the results of the MRI, so they can get a grip of me and turn me inside out. So anyway, the girl, I phoned up, and smashing girl, and she said, what's your date of birth? And I told her, and she said, what's your name? So I said, you're not going to believe my name. I said, it's Brad Pitt. And she went, Brad Pitt? She said, away you. But anyway, she was a lovely girl. And she said, I'll put that through now. I said, thank you so much. Then I got a call later on. And it was a lovely Irish girl because she must have got hold of her. And honest, the Irish girl said, hello, is this Brad Pitt? And I went, oh. And she went there, she told me, and I went, oh, go away. I said, yeah. I said, it's me. And she said, we'll try and rush it through for you. So it's really nice, our NHS. What will we do without it? And have you fucking noticed what Trump's done? He's putting tariffs on our pharmaceuticals. That's why the Yanks would love our national health service. They've always wanted to get their hands on it because we get all the pharmaceuticals off them, you know. They've got the biggest pharmaceutical business in the world. But now every time it's me neck giving me this pain. It's horrible, you know. I will let you know the boss man, okay. The Artie Davis. Canate is a good one. I will keep him. Pierce is an idiot. James Pierce. What are our new transfer committee doing? Sitting on their fingers or what? Yeah, Artie. They're fucking useless, mate. They've got to keep within a structure, a financial structure, to buy players. That's why we don't go out and buy. That's why we were screaming in the summer, Artie. I've said this numerous occasions, the lads will tell you. Numerous occasions that we needed someone. This is in the summer, we've seen in the summer. Everyone else was buying. And all the fans were kicking off. What the fucking hell are we buying? And then we bought Chiesa. And I said at the time that is the biggest appeasement in football. It reminded me of when we allowed the Germans to go into Czechoslovakia in 1938. That was an appeasement. We appeased them. And then in 1939, there's no more appeasement because the Germans went into Poland to take their land back, by the way, because it was split up, wasn't it, Germany, after the First World War. So they went into take, Sudetenland, which is part of Czechoslovakia then. We're going in to take our fucking land. Then they said, in 1939, we're going into Poland to take our fucking land that was taken off us. I hope some of you knew that. Then we declared war on them. And the Anfield, that's nice of you, boss. Frankie only stays in to 4 seasons or above. And you've also got to pay for his loss of deadline and collect money. He is a very wanted man. Deadline. The IBR. We've been linked to Jonathan David on a free transfer and a decent player. Well, that suits us, doesn't it? All these nice little freebies. And Barry says, Ekitike scored, Leeds Spurs 1-0. Yusuf, why am I hearing rumours of Xabi Alonso at Manchester City's academy? If he managed them after Pep leaves, then I can't consider him an LFC legend. Why are you going to a competitor? Says Yusuf. First I've heard of that. First I've heard. See, look, Xabi, when he was told that he couldn't buy players or bring players in, or when he was offered the Liverpool job, he's just gone, oh, fuck off. Telling you now. But he was offered the job. And Jaden's fun life. Oh, we're having loads of fun here, Jaden. Listen, we don't need a career out, Frank. I haven't said anything. Couple of areas. Left back. Yeah. Yeah, all them. Yeah. If Diaz leaves, yeah. Absolutely. I will go get 2 lads from Bournemouth to see Hussein and Kerkers, Zubamendi and Delap. I'd love Zubamendi. I'd like Hussein and I'd like Kerkers. Yep. Delap. Well, it's whether we get them, Jaden. It's whether we get them, mate. And Nico Williams, yeah, he's great, yeah. He's great, yeah. Spot on there. And Dean says, last big window I can think of was in 2014 when we signed Lovren, Lallana, Markovic, Balotelli, Marino, Lambert. Proof that it's not necessarily about buying quantity but quality. I've always fucking said that, Dino. No need to tell me, mate. We need quality rather than quantity. And, you know, I thought Lovren was a great centre-back. Great. Lallana was a good signing. Lazar Markovic, unfortunately. Big bad Mario, Marino, and Vicky de Lambert. Artie. Frank, I have go away. I have 423 Reds autographs, including Alicia Scott. Wow. You wouldn't think that in those days you'd be asking for autographs, would you? You know, Alicia Scott days, I mean. I always remember getting her, I don't know whatever happened to her, a little autograph book. And I remember going to Seymour Street, I think, and I'm fucking Everton it was. And it was Albert Dunlop, their goalkeeper, and he was opening up a shop in Seymour Street. Ran up there, you know, a little football fan. Ran up. And he had my little autograph book with me. And I got Albert Dunlop's and Bobby Collins autograph. Bobby Collins. Remember them? Wembley, 65. It's the end of that. Do you know? Agree about the under-21s. Watched highlights of them against Brighton. Brighton had really big lads, and ours look like all slight and small. I think the academy needs an old. The fucking team does. Remember when K-Mac said Klopp should have been sacked years ago, Frank? Yes. Yes, he said he should have gone 2 years ago. Fucking end of K-Mac, wasn't it? And he said fucking Mo should have gone as well, if you remember. Finished. That season he broke records. The following season he broke records. This season he fucking broke records as well. Fucking hell. K-Mac, what a comment maker. He went down with Frank like the Bulgarano. If you don't know what the Bulgarano is, Mrs. Thatcher orders our little subs to sink it. An Argentinian battleship. And it was going away from, it was out of the zone. And that was a war crime, that by Thatcher. 600 lives lost. But I get your point. Don't fail to get your point. Love Mascherano, Frank, the best ball winner to see play the sixth quality. He was great. He was unbelievable. It was little Javier. Javier Mascherano. You should have told him that you were just lying about the hospital, Frank. You wouldn't have fucking known who Des Lynam is. I could see, like, you know, like one of those collars. He's done away with them now. But I need my neck stretching because of this fucking, you know, this. I've got a trapped nerve and it goes into my arm here. And it was gone for a couple of weeks. It was made up. This time last week, this time a few days, a couple of days ago. Barry says, I know what FSG are like, Frank. They are tighter than the submarines are, where cash is concerned. But I'm determined to dream. We all dream. We all dream, Barry. Good comment. Good comment. And Artie, I have Dunlops as well. Do you, Albert Dunlop? He was a friend of my dad's in Garth. Go away. And let in a goal if he had kept it out. We would have won the big one on the perch. Go away. Every time he saw Albert, he called him a useless bastard. Albert Dunlop. Yeah, he opens a shop at Seymour. I don't know what happened to the fucking shop. I was only a little kid. Always remember that, running up with my little autograph book. And Bobby Collins. I think I was fucking bigger than Bobby Collins. I was only a little nipper. And over from Jenny Gardens, right up there. The Anfield Road. A small mention to Matip and Fabinho, still not replaced TikTok. Let's remember Klopp only got to do a mini rebuild with Endo as a bridge, just for yeah. So Klopp may not have known where's the money. I always remember Matip. I know he came on a free, but he was always getting fucking injured, wasn't he? And the latter part of his career at Liverpool, he was all right again. You know, he never got injured for the fucking season. Made up with that. But he has a tripping bit head. time he fucking headed the ball, and he should have scored loads of headers. He was only a couple of yards from the fucking goal. Heading the ball. Fucking went up there. They're going there, the fucking went. That's why I called him a Tripney Bithead. Tripney Bithead, massive. And Jane says, our local pub was the Setter and Vine. Yeah. I used to live around there, Setter and Vine. On Notting Avenue. I used to live in Caspian Road. I used to live there. Used to go every Sunday as a kid, and the owner was a big blue, yeah. He had a box of Goodison and used to bring the Everton players back after their games and put a buffet on. Me and our kids with our LFC tops on was always made up to get their autographs. Ferguson, Watson, Caldermarty. Yeah, do you ever remember them? Caldermarty, Weir, Branch, Madare, that Mikel was there, yeah. Just footy mad kids loved being around the footy players, even if they did play for the. Yeah. Same as me. In Seymour Street. I used to go in the Setter and Vine, and I went in there with my one at the time to watch a game, Liverpool in Europe. There was loads of Evertonians in there, and it was fucking shocking. Shocking. I just said to her, that's the last time I'll ever fucking watch a match in a pub. And it was. Never go much. I went, I went with our Francine once, but it was in town. Playing Chelsea, a cup match. Was it Chelsea? Yeah. It wasn't a European Cup match. It was an FA Cup. But I'd never ever. But I was with Francine. I took her out on a Saturday, and I went and watched the match in the White Star in town because I knew the owner and that. The Anfield Road. Frankie Matton was a brilliant centre-half. Teams used to think he cannot pass, but he was a brilliant for bringing the ball out of the back. He was a midfielder, you know. It was Joel Matton. And that was it was a good buy. Well, it wasn't a buy, it was a good free. He was Anfield. He was a baller. He was a very good footballer. But his downside was he has a Tripney Bithead. He scored a few headers, but he should have scored a lot more. He was fucking one where I think it was less than a yard out. I went bump. Over the back, the cop end. I'm gonna finish here, boys. My little arm is killing me. My neck's fucking killing me. Time for a cup of tea. I've been on here 2 hours. 2 good hours. And Paul Owie to the door. Spot on about Mata bringing the ball out. Virgil and Canate never brought the ball out. And Zidane around 4-2. They've only started Zidane now though, Paul. Have you noticed? And I think their tactics, their Sloot's tactics to conserve energy. Well, I don't fucking want that. They can fucking save energy as much as they want. to in the garden or something. But not fucking messing around our back line. And it becomes complacent. I mentioned this. It was it against? It's only fucking last week anyway. Kelly, the ball, goal kick. And he fucking gives it to Virgil. Virgil gets it, and gives it back to Kelly so we can kick it up the field. Why didn't he fucking kick it up the field in the first place from the goal kick? If you're gonna fucking do that, pass it to one another to kick it upfield. That pisses me off. Mind you. Who am I to say? The Anfield, Frankie can say the same for Verge and EB. They don't score headers either. In the summer, I want set pieces looked at too. Yeah, I said it. Did I say we're fucking terrible on set pieces? When did we ever fucking score? And that was against Fulham, wasn't it? I said that on the watch along. But Bassam still has got a pretty bit at. Virgil should score more. He's unbelievable with his head. Artie Davis. I remember Tony, playing with the Merseybeat 11 at Garston Matchbox Field. He was at the time. He was sidelines at the time. He got banned, didn't he, for betting? Him and a fella named Peter Swan, big centre there, Sheffield Wednesday. Tony Kay, great footballer, England international, played for Everton. He only had a few fucking games and was banned for their match fixing. I think it was match fixing, but I know he got banned for betting. See you, Frank. Nice one. Thank you, Edward. Don't forget tomorrow night, people. I've got the current affairs. I think they'll be swearing and that. Lots of swearing. Paul Owie, he was good, wasn't he? He ran with it wonderfully, says the Anfield. Does that matter? Ibu can fucking run with it as well, I'll be seeing him going through. And I love the crowd when they go, Ibu. Fucking brilliant, that. It's like a war cry. It's like a war cry. When Big Ibu gets it, he runs forward. What's next, Frank? I'll tell you, I've got 2 films for you to watch. Well, I've got a couple of films, more than that, but these are on YouTube, actually. And that's on Saturday morning. The film. And one's with Nick Cage. It's a cracking film. It really is a very good film. I get the title at the moment. Something like back something. Drive back or back drive or something like that. But it's really good, Nick Cage. So we'll be talking about him. We'll be talking about a couple of films with Robert Redford and Marlon Brando. Be talking about that film. I'll be talking about another film with Tommy Lee Jones. I love Tommy Lee Jones and John Goodman. So I'll be talking about them and a couple of new ones, which is fucking diabolical. But tomorrow night I've got current affairs. I've got what's going on all these tariffs and everything else, the drawback on them, I think Trump has fucking gone stupid. So we're talking about Kaya Kallas, what she was saying today. Fucking hell. Go and rest, Frankie. You are doing a watch along. Yeah, I'm doing a watch. Yes, I'm doing a watch along. Dare I say. Matam used to run like a giraffe, says the out. Yeah. Joe Matam, our French fella. He's the only decent French player we've ever had. A new unwritten rule, Frank, says Paul Holm. You're not allowed to boot goal kicks up the pitch anymore and must have at least 5 players in the 6-yard box before taking the goal kick. Is that why we pass it around? Sideways, backwards, sideways. Fucking hell. The unwritten rule. 5 or 6 players in the. Another fantastic show, Don Franco. Grazie mille. Amico mio. Grazie. Yes, so if anyone wants to join me tomorrow night, I'd like your opinions as well. You know, people say about men, you know, warmongering and everything. I'm going to fucking name women who are warmongers, and they're fucking rootless. And they think like, you know, all women wouldn't do that. Fucking hell. So I'll be naming them as well. We'll give you the big clue that Kaya Kallas, that Estonian, is now like the top diplomat. I don't think she's the top diplomat of the. I don't think she is the top diplomat of. What is it? The EU. She's got something to do with it. And Ursula von der Leyen wants to become, I think, the new NATO boss. On the line. So I'll be talking all about that. I'll be talking about the tariffs. I'll be talking about what fucking Zelensky was saying. He captured 2 Chinese. Isn't that coincidental? What fucking Trump saying about China. So I'll be talking all about all the propaganda going out tomorrow night, if you'd like to join me. So watch the match that you're watching, that Man United thing. Well, I make myself a cup of tea for me to say thank you so much for joining me tonight. Without you, there'd be nothing. Cheers, boys. See you on the watch along, all the football fans. See you tomorrow night on the. Barry. What time, Frank? I don't know. Like Saturday morning, the TV and film show. That's Saturday, 10:30 every Saturday. Tomorrow night, if you're talking about tomorrow night, is the current affairs. That's 7:00. If you're talking about the watch along, it's half an hour before the kickoff. We'll go live then. All right. So they're the times, Barry. 7 o'clock tomorrow, 10:30 Saturday morning, and half an hour before the kick-off on Sunday for the watch along. Cheers, boys. Thank you so much. Love you all. I'm up the Reds, up the Mighties.